Hey YouTube family, this is ClashingWithAndre and welcome back to another episode. As I told you guys yesterday in my other video when I was queen walking with some hogs, today we're going to be Dark Elixir farming using some giants, some archers, some goblins and wall breakers, and of course, the healers to heal your queen. So I'm not gonna lie, in this replay I was a lot more invested into Blue Mountain State, the TV series, instead of queen walking. So I looked back and I saw that my queen was getting super low and I saw a lot of clan castle troops, so instead of throwing a rage spell, which I normally do, I had to use her ability and threw down a poison spell on top of those clan castle troops. One poison spell will do. If it was wizards or anything else like that, I'd probably throw down two just to make sure that my queen would actually stay alive, especially if that archer queen was attacking me too. So fortunately, I still have a rage spell, which I don't actually need to use because she gets super low here, but after she takes down that archer tower, she's just going to stay in one spot, take out a couple of those buildings, and get healed up by all those healers, which is perfect. I'm gonna throw in a giant and then a couple of wall breakers, but unfortunately that giant goes down because the king totally destroys him. So I'm just going to throw in the rest of my giants. They're going to easily break through that wall. Unfortunately, there's a giant bomb there, so that probably wasn't the best place to put all of my giants at once. So I'm going to throw a heal spell down just so I can heal them all up. Throw my king in there, and unfortunately, he doesn't go inside, he swings around. So that's going to be kind of a bummer since I could have used my king in the middle of the base instead of just going around the outside, not really getting anything because there's nothing really in the collectors. So I'm going to use another rage spell. My queen is already broken through the adjacent side of the wall. All the healers are still up. Actually, I think only two healers are still up. My bad. We got all of the Dark Elixir. That's mostly what we're going for. I don't really care too much about loot, but if I can get enough to kind of cover my troops, that's perfectly fine with me. So with this Crystal 3 bonus, we got 3,353 Dark Elixir. So this next raid is a perfect example of what I was talking about in my previous video. Oops, sorry about that. My previous video that I put out yesterday. I was talking about how you want to find your sweet spot for farming. For me personally, I like Crystal 3 and Crystal 2 because you can still attack people in Gold 1. And let me tell you, people in Gold 1 have a ton of loot. So it's kind of a balance, seeing what you like. I like having the extra league bonus, plus being able to find people in Gold League. However, as for this base, I absolutely hate these kinds of bases because they just take your giants and swing you all around. No matter what you do, you can't really focus your giants into the core of the base, and it's just really bothersome. But one thing I like is that if you use earthquake spells, you can actually break open both of the compartments and kind of funnel your giants and all of your troops into the core of the base, which is pretty nice. So that's definitely one reason why I like earthquake spells more than jump spells. Not only is it a little bit quicker and you don't have to use as much elixir when you're farming, but you can actually break open multiple compartments and it's a little bit easier to funnel your troops in. So what I should have done in the beginning is put in my giants at the top where that first wizard went down so I can funnel them in and then use my earthquake spells to break open the back part of that compartment and then the main compartment for the core of the base. That would have been a little bit better and my giants would have gone a little bit more into the core, which, you know, most of them went in the core, and after these defenses go down, the only thing is they're going to swing around because there's no more defenses for them to get. This means that you have all of your DPS troops in the core of the base and then all of those wizard towers just completely wrecking them. But fortunately, I have my Archer Queen still up, and as long as you have your Archer Queen still up in a Queen Walk raid, you're pretty solid. So the Queen can do a lot of damage, especially if there's still some giants up that can tank for her, even while she has those healers on her. So right here I used her ability, and I thought to myself that I might as well let her go throughout this whole entire thing, because at the end she's going to be healed up fully. If I ended the raid there, she would have had about 50% health, and I would have used her ability for basically nothing. So with my league bonus, I got over 300,000 of each resource, plus almost 4k Dark Elixir from that raid. So for this next raid, it's going to be pretty much the same thing. We're going to have 344,000 gold, 300,000 elixir, and 3.8k Dark Elixir on this raid. And we're going to be using the same strategy, doing the same thing. And even when you mess up with your queen walk, you can still do a really good raid. So she took out a couple of defensive buildings plus some other buildings along the side. She didn't take out as much as I'd like her to take out, but she still has 4 healers, and she's taking out the defenses in the semi-inner core, and then she's going to take out that Archer Queen, which is going to be crucial for this raid. You're going to use the 4 Earthquake spells to break into the core of the base, take out those Expos, and get that Dark Elixir. Unfortunately, a lot of my Giants went around the core instead of going into it because that Tesla didn't pop. That's why I put my Giants down in my clan castle, and they're going straight in there with my king. Gonna throw a rage down. Probably should have put that a little bit closer on the inside, seeing as there were 2 Teslas on the adjacent side, which means that this is a very, very, very symmetrical base. On the left side, it's gonna be the exact same thing. My queen just picked up the last of that Dark Elixir after we got the stuff in the core, and we got 3,854 Dark Elixir. With that bonus for 120 Dark Elixir, which means this is like 3,974 or something like that, which almost makes it another 4K Dark Elixir raid. So you don't have to 100% every single base. I think I went along with this because my healers actually went on my Giants, and I was like, let's just see how far we get along with this. They go back onto my queen, which is pretty funny, and my Giants start to die over here, but my queen misses that army camp, and I'm like, screw it, I'm not gonna waste my time with that. So we got a ton of loot from that raid, and I'm telling you guys, if you don't find a lot of Dark Elixir in Crystal, you're gonna find a lot of loot in general. So what we're gonna do now is a live attack, but I think I'm missing a couple of troops. So I'm just gonna cook up a couple of minions. That'll work, I guess. I really don't want to clear out all the troops that I had already preset, so I just cooked up a couple of minions, and we're gonna search a couple of raids. If I don't find them in like 5 raids, then I'm just gonna skip it and cut the scene because you guys don't want to see. This one looks alright, but we're gonna keep on going and find a better one for you. Hopefully we can find a ton of Dark Elixir, or we can find a base with a ton of loot. Okay, so we got Noob here because it has the umlauts, or umlau, I think it's German. So anyways, we're gonna start our queen walk off by destroying this other queen, take her out, then swing around to the right hopefully and take the king out. After that, we're going to probably start our rush in the bottom left corner. That's if she actually goes the direction I want her to go. Oops, sorry about that. That's my laundry calling me. So hopefully she'll continue going to the right even after killing this king. And honestly, I have no idea where I'm going to put these minions because he has his air defense pretty far out. And his archer towers are on the outside too. So maybe I'll just leave him till the end. My queen is doing an alright job, except she looks like she's going to the left, and I might have to use a rage spell. So I'm going to use a rage spell. Ooh, that is getting close. Used her ability because I didn't want her to die. That's always the worst when you're actually queen walking and get too low, get too cocky, and you lose your queen. So I'd rather use her ability plus a rage spell, since you don't really need a rage spell that much. Use a couple of minions on those gold mines, and then going to start my funnel and break open this compartment. Wow, so my wall breakers did a very nice job, went into the second compartment. Hopefully my queen will kill this air defense pretty quick so those healers don't die. Gonna throw in a couple of those earthquake spells up top, and hopefully have most of my troops go in a counterclockwise motion. Throw in my king there, throw in more wizards, more archers, basically just funneling all my stuff in there. Maybe gonna use a heal spell right now. Yes, so I'm gonna use a heal spell right now and heal up all of my giants in the center. Gonna place a couple minions on the outside to clean up some of those buildings and hopefully take out those Teslas so my giants aren't just trying to get into that last compartment with those Teslas. And looks like everything's going pretty well. We have most of this base taken care of. My queen is still up, my king is still up. Gonna have to use his ability here, and I still have one archer, so I'll probably place her up top. And yeah, since there's a Tesla randomly in the left corner. So honestly, this base is pretty much completely done. There's only one more archer tower, and every defense is pretty much done for, except with 2 Teslas, 1 Tesla on the left and 1 Tesla on the right. it'll be kind of interesting to see who actually goes over, or if anyone goes over. No one went over. Okay, there's no builder huts. So it'll be interesting to see who actually makes it over there, because there's probably going to be a seeking air mine or something like that. And we all know the minion's the fastest since it flies and it's just quicker than any of the other troops. So we got 1 minute. Oh, look at that. Seeking air mine just gonna follow him all the way over. He's probably gonna get zapped beforehand. Wow. So I always love how the animation still pans out even though it's been tracking him for more than half of the map. Got some wizards going over. Probably gonna do, oh, giant bomb. There's probably gonna be another giant bomb. Another giant bomb. Look at that. Fortunately, it didn't go off, and my queen is still pretty much at full health, but this was a awesome raid. Overall, with the bonus, that's somewhere around 915,000 resources with 1,636 Dark Elixir, and we get the star bonus, so that's 180,000 of each, plus 180 or 800 Dark Elixir. So that brings it up to like 1,275,000 resources and about 2.5k Dark Elixir. So what we're going to do is go in my treasury and we're going to collect the loot there, because we're setting at about 2.5k for each gold and elixir, so we can upgrade 2 walls. Look at that. We have over 7,000 resources, or 7 million resources, sorry about that, and we're upgrading 2 walls. Woo! The life of a Town Hall 9. But that's going to wrap it up for this video. As always, we're going to have our subscriber comments at the end of the video where they leave positive comments, funny comments, whatever. But I wouldn't be here without you guys, so I love putting the comments at the end to show my appreciation for you. So if you like this video, make sure to smash that like button. It definitely helps my channel grow. Share this with your friends and clanmates. And as always, make sure to be subscribed. Peace!